Welcome back to Kicking It Back. Today is Friday, March 26th. Preston, happy Nike Air Max Day.
Happy Nike Air Max Day to you too, I think.
So for those of you that don't know, Nike Air Max Day happens every year, March 26th. It's the day they release the iconic sneaker. It's great advertising on their part if you think about it.
I think you really just had to say this because you claim to be such a sneaker guy at last.
I love sneakers. Nike Air Max 1 is my favorite shoe of all time. It's the most simple. It's iconic. I mean, you're wearing some Air Maxes on your feet right now.
I'll hold them up for the YouTube viewers.
Yeah. So don't trash the Nike Air Max. It's a terrific shoe, comfortable. It was technology way before its time.
Yeah, I actually picked these up out of town in PA when we were working, and they were only $50, so I couldn't pass up on a deal.
I'm telling you, Nike Air Maxes, it's genius. I think it was 1987 they invented the Nike Air Max. So, yeah. So, really cool. Nike Air Max Day, March 26th every year. I got invited to some Nike thing. I went. It was a little weird. I didn't really stay. It was just kind of, doing what they were trying to get people like me to buy more shoes, and it's going to happen either way. So,
did you have a good time?
Nah.
Did you buy any shoes?
I did not buy any shoes.
Were there deals?
There wasn't any deal, at least from what I saw. It was just like them talking about, and then they were showing different, I don't know, across the countries and different. It was weird. It was a really weird thing. I didn't necessarily like it. It wasn't anything special, but they announced some cool releases coming out. So for me that excites me. But other than that,
is that going to be in a drawing?
Yeah, it'll be on the Nike Sneakers app. Travis Scott Air Max 1s.
I just like entering these drawings that Jaret sends me so that he can just resell them and we'll split the profit. Sounds amazing.
It's harder to do than that, but it's all fun and games.
Yeah.
All right, let's get it rolling.
Sweet. So we just wanted to start out by pretty much thanking everyone for listening to us. We really appreciate it. There's a lot of people that interact with us the first 2 weeks consistently. We really appreciate that. Just supportive comments. It really just keeps us going. So we wanted to say thank you to everyone.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you to everyone. We've had a lot of people reaching out to us. We've gotten a lot of good feedback, a lot of pointers and stuff that people want us to do. Maybe they don't want us to do as much. It's cool. We like getting that feedback. Special shout out to our people out in Centennial, Colorado. For some reason, Colorado loves us.
They love us. I just want to say that we have had about 600 or so views between the first two episodes, which blows our minds. We were honestly expecting 100 per episode, so
not even honestly.
Yeah, it's awesome, and we just really appreciate it. So we wanted to give you guys some love.
Yeah, so if you're from Centennial, Colorado, especially, reach out. I would love to meet you. I would love to hear why.
How? We want to know how.
I mean, I think 30% of our viewership comes from Colorado.
Yeah.
So out of 600 people, that's a decent chunk of Centennial, Colorado.
I haven't been to Colorado. I don't know anyone in Colorado.
No.
I have no idea how that happened, but it's really cool. So hopefully that continues to grow.
Now, we do want to also add that we're not giving any special thanks to the OSU Lorax. Let's make it clear right now, the OSU Lorax, you might as well call yourself the OSU Grinch, because...
So it was brought to our attention that we made it onto Reddit. And honestly, I know what Reddit is, but I don't know what Reddit is. I guess it's an anonymous page where you can talk about anything. There's just different... I don't even know what you call them, social media posts on there that you can, anonymously talk about anything. So, I went around before our first podcast, and I just hung up some flyers saying, check out our podcast, start now. So I was putting it all around campus, a couple trees, whatever. I didn't think it was a big deal. Walking through the middle of campus, there's no telephone poles to put the signs up.
And the telephone poles that there are on campus are made of metal.
Right.
You were not prepared with tape. It was going to rain. You wanted to try to put something a little sturdier.
Yeah, it wasn't something that was going to last the whole year. It was something that just goes up, and then, a couple people see it, and they check it out, spread the word, things like that. So then one of our friends, Shane, brought it to our attention that we did make it onto this Reddit, and I'll let Jaret talk about it a little bit more. Yeah, so this Reddit post was written anonymously by the OSU Lorax. So OSU Lorax, if you're listening, we hate you. Yes. Yeah, you kind of ruined our day.
You're the enemy.
Yes.
We might actually end up getting some OSU Lorax hate merch.
Yep.
Just totally kidding. Actually, maybe not. We'll see. But the OSU Lorax basically went on to the Reddit, anonymously posted. No, of course they didn't put their actual name because that's how people.
Cowards.
Yeah, that's how people like to trash talk. I don't blame them. And basically just did this whole the environmental approach of putting nails into trees and all this yada 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 about how basically we were hurting the environment. At the end of the day, there was 20 comments back to the OSU Lorax, and I would say about 95% of them were people attacking the OSU Lorax for attacking us.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't know if these are people we know. We don't know. There was actually a decent amount of people already attacking, going back at the OSU Lorax before we even
had any knowledge
so,
about it.
So it couldn't have been like our friends right away. I'm not saying our friends didn't jump in or people that we know didn't jump in, but so basically they straight up said like, people were going back saying, a little nail is not going to hurt a tree. Obviously, if we can do it again, we'll go back with tape, we'll hang them up. But you know what? At the end of the day, people were talking about kicking it back.
Yeah, it was great publicity, I think. And
the OSU Lorax helps.
Yeah, another side comment. So Jaret and I decided that we would use all of our resources. As our teachers in college, our professors have really taught us to use our resources, and that's what it's all about.
Ohio State, apparently you build connections. That's what they say, you network. At Ohio State, the best part is networking.
Yeah. You meet people all over the place. So we're like, what is the best way to get this out there? We both decided that we are going to send it to the podcast to every single person in our classes. Yes, it might have been a bit aggressive to do, but we decided that was the best way to get the name out there. So we did that. There were some people that were so supportive, and we can't thank you enough for that. And then there were other people that did it really ruin your day that much. Some people responded back like, this is the shittiest podcast we've ever seen, like you're gonna fail, why are you trying this, and things like that. Some people went out of their way to view the podcast and comment things saying that it's bad.
But the best part is, we laugh at them. Actually, I'm not that I'm gonna say I enjoy bad, comments and all that stuff. It's kind of funny. But like, at the end of the day, we know that those people didn't actually listen, and they're, most importantly, they're not trying to kick it back.
Right.
They're too stubborn. They're too, their way's the right way. And I think it's a little jealousy too.
Yeah, I think so
too. Like we said, we stepped out of our comfort zone. We're the kind of people that are gonna, go through with this. We're gonna keep pushing it. Yeah. We're gonna do what we can to make this successful. Those people are the people that probably say they're gonna do something like this, and they're still sitting there commenting negative things on our stuff because they don't have their own stuff to work on. So I will say, I was trying to find the comment. Someone reached out that we had no idea.
Oh, the one really supportive comment.
Yeah, I forget her name.
Yeah,
Ashley or something.
Yeah, really nice comment she sent back to Jaret, so hopefully he can find that. But it just kind of blows my mind that people are really having that bad of a day that they had to go out of their way to message us back to say how bad of a podcast it was, because we know they didn't listen to it, so how do they have any idea? But it's kind of funny because I guess we sent it to so many people that they were reporting it to their professors, and at the beginning of one of my classes, my professor was like, yeah, I was informed of some spam going around in the Carmen messages. We're going to have to ask you guys to stop that. And I'm like, holy shit, that was about us. So, it got the word out there. So
people were talking about it, and at the end of the day, that's what our goal was. Yeah. So I don't regret it at all.
No.
Oh, here it is. Sam Martinez. I'm reading it really small. She just reached out and basically said, at first, I was like, what is this guy sending me? I'm tired of getting these. Then she goes, but I actually gave it a chance. I sat down, I put some headphones in, and I listened to it. And then she also added that, I feel like it was very relatable. It made her laugh out loud. The over-under topics, she said she was very into them. She was answering out loud. That's the goal with this. I want people to be debating with their friends. I heard a podcast that they were talking about, Zac Efron. Do you think he's over or underrated? That's what that is. Like, we're just trying to, have relatable topics that people are going to spark in a normal conversation with their friends. So, Sam Martinez, shout out to you. We've never met. Hopefully we can meet.
Yep, that'd be awesome.
Don't know anything about you, but I can tell you I like you.
Yep, you made our day.
Yeah. So, rolling into that, I guess for the people that do like our podcast, we have some good news.
Great news.
Yeah.
All right, I will say I messed up. I prematurely posted on our social media about some hoodies coming out. Prematurely, didn't talk to Jaret about it. Really should have talked.
No, we talked. We're not gonna. It was just miscommunication on when we wanted to start promoting actually selling the hoodies.
Yeah,
it's all good.
I jumped the gun a little bit.
He was excited. Yeah, he was excited. I wasn't mad. None of us were mad or anything. It was just we committed to something we weren't sure we'd be able to fulfill, and luckily we were able to fulfill it. Shout out to our guy Steve Wilcom.
Yep.
We will be now selling merchandise through him.
Yep.
We are going to be charging for hoodies. We're going to have black and gray, as you can see, $30 a pop. We can do all sizes.
Yep.
And then we can also do t-shirts that are black and gray for $15. We're going to do the same logo. We're only going to drop stuff once.
Yes.
So you can get these hoodies. If you don't get them, we're not going to resell them. They're not going to redrop. We're going to take as many orders as we can for this first drop, just to get as many people in Kicking It Back merch. And then we're done with this. You know, these are basically our season 1 merch. We're done with these after. So we're going to hopefully keep creating new stuff. We were actually blueprinting a couple ideas today, some good stuff that we got coming. But
super excited about
I mean, these are the day 1 merch. So when you're
Very
one
first
day,
hoodies.
when you're one day looking at us and we have all those followers, wink, wink, you're going to say, man, I listened to them and bought their season 1 merch.
Yep. So that will actually be coming out on Wednesday, the 31st, at 7 p.m. We will put the link in our bio on Instagram, and we'll tweet it, and we'll send it out on everything. So, or you could contact us
Directly. Instagram, all
Anyway,
that stuff. Just DM us. We'll figure it out.
Yep.
Like we said, we just want to see as many of you in our merch as we can.
Yep. Super cool stuff.
Yeah. So, all right. So for the show, we got a pretty simple one. We're going to start it off with things that just absolutely drive us crazy. I know I'm going to get ranted up here because I hate this kind of stuff. Some stuff that people do, or things that are like things, I guess is a good way to put it, just drives me crazy.
Jaret came to me with this idea, and I'm thinking, like, I'm a pretty simple guy. Not many things really bother me on a daily basis. So I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to think of, but he was super excited about this topic.
I have some stuff that I think everybody in the viewership is going to accept, that they're like, why does this happen? All right, and then we're going to roll into a big game of over-under. Our assistants prepared a bunch of stuff that people sent in. We're super excited about it. We have a huge list. We're going to do half the stuff we've been sent in now. I believe it's like 8-ish topics. And then we're going to do the other half in our next week's episode. So if you don't hear your stuff that you sent in this week, it will occur next week. Don't get upset with us.
If we, for some reason, miss it, please just send it back to us. We definitely don't want to miss anything that's sent in to us. We'd appreciate all of it, all the comments. So
yeah, people have been liking the Instagram polls too.
Yep.
A day after every episode, we post every topic and we let the fans vote over underrated. We get a lot of DMs, a lot of texts, all that kind of stuff with people that aren't too happy. A lot of people weren't happy with this guy on my left because Red Vines.
The Red Vines.
People were not happy about his Red Vines comments.
I'll be honest, like, I was so serious about the comment too. Like, I love them. They are by far better than Twizzlers, so I understand everyone has different opinions, but
it is what it is. And then we're going to obviously do Bitcoin update, song of the week, and then, a little wrap up. So we're going to get rolling into it. Things that drive us crazy.
I feel like you have to lead us off.
See, I'm going to save my good one for the end. But this one...
A good one. Like, I just
it's something that nobody thinks about. I'm not going to hype it up. We're just going to talk about it when it occurs. My first one are people who get into bed dirty.
Oh, my God. That is so good.
Don't go to the gym. I mean, go to the gym. Okay.
Go work out.
Go do whatever exercise, whatever, bonfires, any type of, thing that's going to make you kind of smell or get, does something to you. Go do all that.
Yes.
All I ask of you, take a quick shower right after you do it before you get into your bed.
Yeah.
The bed is the one place you lay every night.
See, I agree with that because if you go, let's say you go to a bonfire, you're smelling like fire.
Every time.
Every time.
Every time.
So then you come home, right? You hop into bed. Don't shower. Your bed automatically smells like that bonfire.
Every time you get into it now, you smell like a bonfire.
So then the next day you roll out of bed, right? You go through your day, put new clothes on. You lay back in that bed that smells like bonfire. That is gross.
Super gross.
You're already starting out the day by smelling like a bonfire.
Super, super gross. I just can't stress this enough. Are people who go to the gym midday, they get back at 2 o'clock and they're like, oh, I want to go on my phone.
Yep.
And now what do? They lay in their bed. You smell.
Your bed's automatically dirty.
You just burned 600 calories at the gym.
Dirty.
Go shower off.
Smelly, stinky.
I mean, it's gross. It is disgusting. And if you're one of these people, you need to change
right
this.
now.
Yes, you need. I'm sorry. It's just one of those things. I just can't stand this. Anybody who's close to me knows how I feel about this. I understand that people like showering in the mornings.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But if you smell, don't get into the bed. Clean your sheets and start a new trend this week.
Right.
That's all I'm going to say on it. I could rant about this all day.
See, the thing is, I am totally okay with sitting on the couch for some reason.
Everyone's got their spot that when they're gross, they can sit in.
Yes.
I'll sit on the edge of the futon right there.
Yep.
That's fine. Because I don't sit on that normally when I'm clean.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
have your spots, but don't get into your bed. That's the number one no.
Right.
That's all I ask. All right.
That was a good first one. I really enjoyed that one.
All right. Good to hear.
Okay.
I'm glad my co-host approves.
I don't think this one's as good, but when slow drivers drive in the fast lane.
The fast lane as in the left lane.
Yes, the left lane.
I agree. What's considered slow for the fast lane? Like, what speed would you like to be going into that left
Let's
lane?
say it's 70. Okay, speed limit's 70.
70, okay.
You need to be going 80.
80 in the fast lane.
80 in the fast lane.
So the fast lane was actually designed as a passing lane. You're not supposed to just drive in that lane. I will add that. Everyone still drives in it, at least in Ohio. I can't say anything about Centennial, Colorado.
Right.
I don't know how your highways are.
Get
over
back
there.
to us on that.
Yeah, reach out.
No, but the most frustrating thing is when two cars are driving, right lane, middle lane, and they're going 72, 73. Okay, it's a bit slow. I understand you're going above the speed limit. It's a bit slow though. And then you're like, all right, I'm gonna go in the fast lane, get around them. And then someone's driving 75. The cars are basically moving at the same rate, so you're not making any moves. Get out of the fast lane. Get out.
So I will add, I agree. I wouldn't say this bothers me as much. I mean, I'm a guy that throws cruise control on as much as I can. The one thing I will add, so say if I'm driving 70 miles per hour, you're driving 80. In order for you to drive 10 more miles, you need to be driving for a total of an hour. I totally get that, and it's only 10 miles. Is it really that important? The extra 5 to 10 minutes you're maybe saving, pending if you hit lights and all that? Speeding, in my eyes, is a little pointless, but we all do it. Now, I'm going to say I do it, you do it, we all do it. But what I'm trying to get at is I feel like it's a little pointless. I feel like speeding might be overrated. That's a topic for another time. But I agree, when you're in the left lane, don't be going the speed limit. That is for people that are trying to pass the people that are going the speed limit or that are going to be driving at a rate that is well over the speed limit. So I agree. Road rage is bad.
It is.
I try to not get mad on the roads because it's bad.
Yeah.
I watched a movie. It kind of not freaked me out, but this dude takes road rage a little, beyond. So
I mean,
I agree.
I'm just
I agree
saying,
with
get out
you.
of the fast
I agree with your opinion. I think that aggravates a lot of
Yeah.
people. I think that's
I'm
a very
not even
good
worried
point.
about the time. It's more of the convenience of I want to go fast. You want to go slow. There's a lane for you. There's a lane for me. Stay in your own lane.
That's fair. Stay in your own lane. All right, my next one. This one's a very weird one. It's a personal. People who openly sit down and eat raisins when you're under the age of 60. If you're under the age of 60 and you sit down for a good old box of raisins, you should be on a no-fly list because you're that crazy.
Who do you know who does that?
I don't know. But
you
people,
can
people,
visualize
yes,
it.
people who just, a vending machine, okay? There's chips, there's candy bars, there's protein bars, and then there's the box of raisins. If you're the guy that hits A3, that's the box of raisins, don't talk to me. We're
Right.
done. Our friendship is over.
Pay the 10 more cents for the bag of chips.
Yes. Yeah. Are raisins even healthy? Or are they
I
just
have no
fruit?
clue.
They're just dried grapes, right?
Yeah, but grapes are so much better.
And they get stuck in your teeth and they're chewy and, dude, raisins. If you're over the age of 60, my grandma eats raisins. I still make fun of her, but
Yeah.
it's just because I despise oatmeal raisin cookies are terrific because you disguise them in there.
No. There's no disguising. You still taste
Well,
them.
you're pounding it by sugar. It's the texture, it's the taste. Everything about raisins are gross. So if you're under the age of 60 and you openly eat raisins, the FBI needs to be watching you because I'm very concerned. I would never add raisins into anything either.
Right.
Like if I get an oatmeal raisin cookie minus the raisin,
It's not an oatmeal cookie.
yeah, could they throw like strawberries or something in that?
Yeah, but would they have to be like dried strawberries?
Sure, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
Whatever strawberry someone wants to let me up. If you make a good oatmeal strawberry cookie out there, or you're trying to experiment, send them on into Kickin' It Podcast. We would
Yeah.
love to give you an honest review.
Okay, I have something that I want to talk about that's killing me
Okay,
because this is totally off topic, so I apologize.
that's fine. I was done with that topic.
Okay.
I'm done with people that eat raisins.
Yeah, no, I have to get this off my chest because I was thinking about it driving over here today to record this. So most cars nowadays have backup cameras, okay?
Okay.
And Cam has been involved in 2 hit and runs. Granted, he wasn't in the car for either of them or near the car or anything like that. So this particularly wouldn't help him. But there has to be some instances where this happens. The cars with backup cameras, let's say they get rear-ended and the car rear ends them and just drives away.
Mm-hmm.
Why doesn't the backup camera, when it
Detects
feels
that force.
impact,
Yeah,
automatically turn on so it can take a picture of the front license plate?
it's a genius idea.
I was thinking about that. I don't know who I should talk to about getting that put in cars or what I should do about that. But
Who's the Tesla guy?
Elon
I
Musk.
was gonna say Elon. I didn't know. I didn't want to say him and be wrong, but I thought that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Elon, if you're listening, I mean Teslas probably do it. Let's be honest.
Yeah, they do everything.
How about a college Tesla, Elon? How about a Tesla for college kids that you have to show a student ID at purchase, or well, even better yet, under the age of 22?
You know how you buy a Tesla?
You finance it. I don't know how.
You can pay with Bitcoin.
Interesting. Okay. We'll have to talk about that later in.
Yep.
I've been doing a little research. All right, back on topic. What's your number 2? Give me
Sorry.
number 2. No, we're good.
Okay.
Our show.
Yes, absolutely. So I don't use the white, like the chalky deodorant anymore because of one reason. Put it on your armpit. You go put your shirt on, and there's just like white, like stains all down the side of your shirt.
Who are you thinking of when you say this?
No one comes to mind.
Really?
No.
Because
one.
I got someone well in my mind.
Who are you thinking of?
I can't say. Actually, we could cut it out, right?
If you're good with editing.
Yeah, I could cut it out. Justin Kerr. I mean, every tournament is white deodorant. Not trying to be mean. But he rolls in, he's like, he's
I think we need to show him the gel deodorant.
Yes.
But anyway, so back on topic.
Justin Kerr's a great guy. I will say that. Like, genuinely, Justin Kerr's actually a very good
Great
guy.
boss. Yeah.
He's our wrestling tournament boss, for those of you that don't know. He's a really good dude. Treats us very right.
Yep.
He understands we're college kids. He's got opinions. We should see if he'd come on. I don't know if he's the kind of guy. I don't know.
I think he would.
Okay. We'll reach out.
Why not?
We'll have our people reach out to his people.
Yep. So, I'm just kind of pissed off when I put deodorant on and it just gets on my shirt and it's like, well, what do I do now? The stains are all over it. So, that's where I stand with the chalky deodorant, and I will never go back to it. I'm a gel guy, but not the gel that you squeeze it and it kind of like oozes out the top. You also shouldn't be allowed to fly.
Yeah, that's
if you use that.
That is gross. Your like armpits are soaked for your morning.
Mm-hmm.
It's all cold. Yeah, I agree. The gel is definitely better.
Superior.
I don't hate people that use the white. It doesn't drive me crazy. But
I just want to know why you would use it.
yeah, I guess if they're right next to each other, why are you picking that one?
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't know though. They need to do a better job advertising that. Because like there's the white chalky, there's the gel, and then there's the gel that oozes out the top. Those should automatically get thrown into the dumpster.
Yeah.
Let's get rid of those.
If I was a stock guy, I would just do everyone a favor.
Yeah.
Get rid of it.
Yeah, supply chain, all that. Get those out of here.
Yep.
So that way I know we can just do like chalk, and then we can do the gel.
Yep.
And I know what gel, because I've tried to buy gel. I buy the gel, and then it oozes out the top. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. They just rob, I don't even know how much deodorant is, $3-4.
Yeah.
But, okay, that's a good one. I like that one. It's different. A lot of people don't think about it. My next one is another annoying one. When people run Instagram, this is for my new generation, my younger crowd probably. When they run Instagram polls and they shift the poll to the right and it's in the middle of the screen, and I'm going through and maybe I'm participating, maybe I'm not, and I'm skipping through and I automatically vote for that right option because it's right where my thumb's going to hit on the screen.
It's genius.
If you're one of those people, no, it's awkward because it's like I'll see one, it'll be like, "Will you date me?" and I'll hit yes. And I'm like,
who is posting?
I can't. I'm not giving names, but I will tell you gladly after.
Are you serious?
It happens a lot on like some private stories too.
I'll be honest, I don't really check
Or
Instagram
let's
stories.
date, and it's like
Right.
yes, no, and like why is yes on the right? You should put yes on the left. Regardless,
Yeah.
I'll be skipping through. I click it, and I'm like, do I
That's
message
super
them and
awkward.
explain that I
That's-
didn't want to pick that option, or like
Yeah.
it's an awkward one. It drives me crazy.
It's super awkward. Like, I'm not saying that Madeline's creeping on your phone or anything like that, but let's say you guys are like chilling there and you click it, and it's like, well, that's
Yeah.
weird. Like, and it's like, well, listen, I just clicked it.
Yeah. Or yeah, it's just little things. I mean, I don't think Madeline knows I'm not voting on gross stuff, but like, it's so frustrating.
Madeline,
And then you
talk
vote
to
on
me if
something,
you're worried about that.
and like I try to like when I don't agree with stuff, I just don't vote. It's not that I don't trash anyone. I just don't vote. And it's like you shift it over there, and then I get forced into voting, and then I click it on accident, and I'm like, man, now I just voted for the option I probably wouldn't have picked.
Yep.
Yeah, that annoys me.
It's basically setting you up for the one they want you to pick.
Yeah.
And
I
if
agree.
you're doing it on purpose, you're a genius. And
It's marketing,
if
I
you
guess.
don't do it on purpose, maybe be a little bit more conscious about where you're putting your poll options.
Okay, I agree. Give me number 3.
Number 3. Okay, this one I am passionate about because I am a firm believer that manners are not something that is hard to use. When you go to a restaurant, okay, you walk in.
Okay.
You walk in, there's another party walking in behind you. You simply hold the door open for them.
I know what you're
And you know what? They don't say a word to you.
You know
It
what?
takes everything out of me every time not to be like, you're welcome. It's 2 words. All they have to say is, thank you. Maybe smile. Make my day a little bit better. Smile.
Give it a little head nod. Something.
Yeah, something. Just acknowledge me that I'm there.
You know what they do, though? Instead of saying thank you, they jump in line and go to the hostess stand.
Right.
So now, not only did you
Yep.
just hold the door being a good person, they did not say thank you.
Yep.
And now they're in front of you waiting for a table.
Yep.
That drives me crazy.
That's frustrating.
I didn't even think about that, but that's sparking, like, yours, I agree, the whole thank you thing, I totally agree. But on top of that, when you hold the door for someone at a food place and then they get in line, like, you let the person go. You're like, hey, no, you go ahead, and then you do the awkward, oh, no, it's fine, and then they're like, no, seriously, and then you go. Like,
And
that's,
like, okay,
that's what you do.
that's how
like,
it should be.
Yes, that's how it is. I totally agree. That is, I couldn't agree more, Preston. That is a terrific one. People, just have manners.
Yeah.
Just be nice. Like, what is wrong with being a nice human being nowadays? Why is that so
free.
hard?
It is free.
Why is
to
that
be
so
nice.
hard? I'm not gonna say I'm a perfect human being,
No.
but man, do I smile at strangers when they hold the door and I say thanks? I do all the little things. Like, come on,
It's just
not,
like, I'm almost positive that all of us were taught in like kindergarten.
Yeah.
Please, thank you, you're welcome. Things like that. It's just so simple, and it just, I think it can just change someone's day. Really.
I agree.
The person that doesn't say thank you, it's like, how bad of a day are you having that you can't say thank you?
I've had some pretty bad days, and I will always say thank you.
I agree.
My go-to actually, I always say is I appreciate you.
Yes.
I say that probably
Appreciate
a lot. Yeah.
I like that one because it really makes them feel like,
No, like that's Cam got us all into saying boss. We call a lot of people
Yeah.
boss. That's probably not the best thing nowadays with this
Right.
day and age and cancel culture, but
yeah, as soon as you say something, it's like,
yeah, but this guy. So can I add a story real quick? I was walking into Giant Eagle. There's the guy in the front, probably making sure you're wearing a mask. He's a bigger guy. He was, he wasn't doing anything. He was standing right in the middle. I walked up, grabbed a cart because I was gonna get some things, and he just was like, "Hey, how's your day going?" He was really outgoing. And I was like, "It was good. It's great, man. How's yours?" And I like talked to him for a few minutes. Whatever. Go inside. I probably was like a minute. It probably wasn't even a few minutes.
Yeah.
But whatever. I was like, it made you feel good. I was like, man, that guy's good at his job. Like, I'm walking into the store happy now. As I walk out, he yells to me. So obviously, I probably had the same impact. No one's really talking to him like I just
Right.
talked to him. He yells, he's like, "Hey, man, have a good day. Hope your weekend's great." That's what he yelled to me. I was like, wow. I'm like, that made me not only enter, but leave the store smiling. I was like, all right, that worked. So if you're listening to this, you work at Giant Eagle, you're the big guy at the door.
shout out to you.
Yeah, you helped spark my weekend
Yeah.
onto the right foot.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
The other thing I guess I don't understand because I'm not older, but like when I call a middle-aged person, so I'm saying someone 40s or 50s, I'll be like, "Yes, ma'am," like just being respectful,
Yeah.
and they're like,
That's what
"Ma'am, I'm not ma'am."
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I'm just saying, like,
Oh man, I could keep going. You just made me think of another one.
like I'm just saying, like, yes, ma'am, like respectfully, like I thought it was
It's like-
respectful.
it's like-
I'm sorry if you took it offensive.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, it's always awkward too when you're doing something like flying. I'll use for an example, and you go through security, and those people are always really mean. Whatever. I had a really nice one the other day. Well, not the other day, a couple weeks ago when I went out to Utah. But regardless, she was like, "Hey, safe travels," and I was like, "Oh, thanks, you too." And I was like, "Man, that's bad." And you could tell she gets that a lot. And instead of like making it awkward, you know what she added back? She was like, "You know what? On the way home, I will." That's what she said, and I'm like, man, you've perfected that. Like, it made me not feel like crap walking out of there. So I was like, good for you. All right, sorry, that was a little off topic
you
again.
know
But
who are the worst? Now I'm stereotyping right now. You know who are the worst?
this is good because I'm just ranting, and
The people who really must have the worst lives, toll booth workers. If you
Oh,
go
yeah.
through any toll on the highway, well, it's like you have to say a prayer, hoping that they're nice to you.
yeah.
I'm always overly nice with those people, hoping that they're like kind of nice
It's
back.
almost like you have to. It's a defense. It's like, I'm trying to be nice. I'm asking you
Yeah.
how your day is.
Yeah.
Don't come at me.
I'll be like, "Hi, how are you?" They'll be like,
Yeah, those people are like,
$2.25. Oh, okay, got it.
it makes you really want to get an easy pass.
Yep.
All right, my last one. This one, I didn't realize how much it drove me insane until this week.
This is your last one.
This is my last. It's like a two-parter in a way, and
I
it
have-
kind of
I
adds
have
on to
two
what we're
more.
saying. All right, that's fine. So one thing that drives me absolutely insane that I just now realized: you're entering a building, right?
Mhm.
You pull the door, like we just said. You hold it, whatever. You get in there, and you enter a 10 by 5 foot room. Okay, that's nothing but another door. Why do buildings have the 2 doors to enter? What is that little room? Why don't we just have 1 door?
Wow.
That occurred to me walking into the gym, and I was like, what in the world are we doing that we have these 2 doors?
Wow.
That's all I could think about. And I'm like, and then, on top of that, it has like the little handicap thing so they can hit the other one. It's like, that is only making it more difficult.
Right.
Like,
right.
so you got to wheel in there, and then you got to hit it again and wait for that.
Right.
Why do we have 2 doors? There's I have not heard a reasoning. I haven't looked it up. So if you know the reasoning to this, I would love to hear it.
Wow.
But until I hear the reasoning, it drives me insane that we grab 2 doors to enter 1 building.
Yeah. No, I think the worst part about this is, like, I don't even have anything to argue back with you about.
No? I said either you would know why, like, there was, like, some, like, safety hazard or something, which it could be, but I won't see eye to eye with it, probably.
But I don't understand that because some places don't
Doing
have it.
It's got to be an architecture thing.
It's like a it's like a waiting room.
Yeah.
But you don't wait there. You just go.
So my point is, even if it has to have that little addition for the architecture, there's no need for the second door. You could take the second doors out.
Yeah.
So that way you just walk in. Sure, it might be a little awkward, but it would be better than having to grab another door.
The only thing I can possibly think of is that this makes no sense. But when you open up that first door and you walk in, there's always like it's either like a fan or a heater blowing down, depending on what.
So you're thinking it's like for the slippery. All right, that would make sense. If it's raining out, dries it off. That doesn't do anything. No one stands in that room long enough, and the carpet or rugs are already soaked.
Right.
So I'm not going to see eye to eye with that. I see where it's coming from. It makes sense. So I will add on top of this, it's another negative with the double door, and it kind of goes off of what your last thing was. You hold that first door. They say thank you. Maybe you're all right. So I'm gonna say you open the door, you're pulling it back. You're already in that awkward room because I'm just gonna call it the awkward room because only awkward things happen in it. You step up to the next door that's 2 feet in front of you. That's pointless. You hold that door again. Okay, you do the same thing, or maybe you hold that one. The thank yous. We need to normalize this. This is what made me want to talk about normalization. We need to normalize. Do you say thank you twice? Do you say thank you for the first one? You've got to say it for the first one. Because if you don't say it for the first one, you're expecting it for the second one, though.
I think the first one you say thank you serious, and then the second one has to be like a joking, like haha, thank you, because they did it again.
So what my go-to is that I would think is a good one that I think everyone should start normalizing. It's thank you. Then you go through the second one and they held it. It's thanks again.
Yep. Thanks again.
Thanks again.
Thank you again.
Yep. I don't know. That whole room, I was just going to do the thank you thing, and then I was like, why do we have the second door? Why do we make it, why is it awkward? So that second door in those little rooms entering buildings are stupid. They are idiotic. I don't know who invented the idea of that room with the second door to get into one building.
Yep.
I would love to talk with you because you probably made a lot of money, and I don't know why. So,
like, I'm gonna make a lot of money when someone hears about the backup camera turning on.
Exactly. Or you're not gonna make anything, and we'll steal the idea because that's how people are, as we've talked.
Oh well, tip the cap.
Yep.
Anyway.
They did something with it. You didn't.
They acted upon it.
All right, give me your last 2. We'll try to make them shorter.
This
so
one,
we can.
I'm so sorry for anyone named Karen. I hope I don't offend you, but I think it's just a universal term, a Karen. You know what I mean? It's just
Karen.
Yes, like a
For
Karen.
those of you that don't know, they're Karens. I can't even.
It's just someone that's in everyone else's business, and it really makes me mad because, or it's like they're in everyone else's business, or they complain about things for no reason, or it's just like they're so over the top about everything, like a helicopter. So I have a great example. Jaret, Cam, and I were in PA working a wrestling tournament a couple weeks ago. Jaret is 21, so he bought some Bud Light.
Forgot about this.
He bought some Bud Light.
For myself, of course.
Yes.
Nobody else.
Yes, just him. Cam and I are not 21 yet, so we would not be drinking. We're just going to watch him.
Drinking is overrated, if you've seen our last.
Way overrated, but that's beside the point.
Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
That's all good. So we're standing, waiting to get on the elevator, going up to the penthouse. I'm just kidding. We weren't in the penthouse. But we're waiting there. There's another family that's about to get in. And this Karen goes, they don't look like they're 21. There's no way that they're 21.
I didn't hear her. I would like to make it clear. Because I'm not the person that would have
Yeah.
probably gotten into that elevator and not have said anything. I would have dropped like a funny comment back at her.
Yeah. Usually I would say something too, but it was just a long day. I'm like, I don't even have the energy to say anything anymore. I'm like, I'm just going to let it go. So So we get in the elevator, and I'm like, "Did you guys hear that lady?" They're like, "What?" I'm like, "She was just ranting about how Jared's not 21." I'm like, "Why do people care? Even if he wasn't, are you the police? Do you care that much? Are you gonna do something about it? Like, why? Does it affect your day at all?" And anyway, no, I don't think so. It just bothers me.
Yeah, I agree. People like that are the worst. Just, I don't know. I'm such a. We're both. I can speak for both of us. We're just very laid back. Like we don't let little things like that.
It's just not that deep.
Yeah, like life's just not. If you live life like that you care about everyone else's like what they're doing and all that, like you're just. I'm sorry, you're doing it wrong.
Are you really that concerned about this kid getting onto an elevator?
Yeah, I got you. All right, give me the next one. Start rolling. This is the last one, then we'll get some over under going.
Yeah, last one.
It's a good topic. I've liked this topic.
I might be calling you out on this one.
Okay.
Kind of, but kind of not.
I would love it, so then I can defend myself.
I don't think you can. I really don't think so. But I will say, when people have their reads on, but don't respond to you, they read it, but don't respond. I can say about Jaret, he doesn't have his reads on for me, so this is his only defense on this one. But I'll text Jaret and not get a response back for 3 hours, and he knows he does this.
Oh, no.
He knows.
He knows. I'm not arguing that.
So, the people that have their reads on, I have a serious question for you. If I'm face to face with you, having a conversation with you, and I ask you a question, are you gonna understand what I'm saying, look me back in the eye, and just not respond? Because I really don't think so.
I'll take a defense approach because I feel like I need to. You're totally right. I actually always admit that this is one of my worst things. It happens a lot to me though on 2 occasions. One, if I'm doing something and I read the message, like I'll open it up, maybe not even read it, I just open it up to see if it's like something important, and then I just forget because obviously the notification's gone.
Okay.
Which I'm not saying is every time. There are times I'm just bad. 2, if it's something I have to think about. So if I read it and I want to put some thought into it, and then I totally forget.
But you could totally just send, "Hey, I'll get back to you."
You're right, but then I would forget that. There's no difference. If that's what you want me to do, I can start doing that. But it's a lot of stuff. It'll be like podcast stuff too. You'll text me something and I read it, I understand it, and I'm like, all right, and then like I'll be like doing homework or something, so I'm like, all right, I'll finish this, and then I'm like, all right, and then I go into the next assignment, and I totally forget. There are times that I just read it and I'm like, I don't know how to respond to this or something, and I just don't. I'm bad at this. I'm very bad. I'm probably one of the worst people at this. I will straight face admit it.
No, he is 100%.
Yeah, like I'm very bad at this. I know where my
flaws are.
Yeah, I'm not going to say I'm perfect in this aspect.
No,
I definitely know I'm wrong.
Right. It's I guess it's not really. It does bother me that happens because sometimes I want to respond. But I'm more talking about the people that have their reads on that simply just don't. Like, if you're gonna do it, at least do it how Jaret does it and don't have your reads on.
Yeah. So if you're gonna be a bad person, hide it.
Yeah, just hide it a little bit.
I'm the worst.
Yeah, seriously.
No, I agree. I could work on this. Maybe I got a little bye-week goal for myself this upcoming bye-week on Monday mornings at Better Self Today.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone is interested in joining, reach out.
Yep.
We set goals and we smash them. That's the way we do it.
Just bothers me because I'm sorry you're not going to ignore what I say if we're in person. And it's like I'm reaching out to you because I want an answer.
Yeah. All right. I will add, that was a good topic. We're actually going to have to maybe have that one again when we find, or take notes. We'll eventually have that one again. Yep. Especially if we get some guests on, maybe they got some stuff that they'll stir up.
Yep.
I will add a little advertisement here to Big Robert Irvin. I don't mean to advertise like this, but I would like to say, so the other day I was at the gym, Matt Gravanik's spot in my bench. I had 225 on. I weigh 150 pounds, so 225 is a good amount of weight for me. I get it once. I'm like, all right. I'm like, I got to go again. I go again. And same thing, get it up. I'm like, all right. Third one, I get it up, but I kind of struggled, all right? And I'm like, man, do I rack it? Matt, you can tell, doesn't want to bring it. So I'm like, all right, I'm holding it out there, right? And on my way down, I just think about the delicious peanut butter-filled crunch protein bar. And it just, back up. So without Robert Irvin, I would not be smashing my fitness goals. Yep. So Robert Irvin, when you listen to this, we have reached out. You have yet to reach out back to us. Don't blame you there. But let's get a little advertisement, man. We're giving you the freebies. This is your last free one. All right, you're on the clock now. Ball's on your side of the court.
You're going to regret it when we're huge.
Yes.
Huge.
I did try the peanut butter and jelly. Not as good as the peanut butter crunch. But I recommend the peanut butter crunch. The cookie dough's great. There's all kinds of flavors we got to try. Yep. They're a little pricey for college kids.
They are. You got to bring that price down.
Either bring the price down or how about some advertisement? We'll start promoting you. We are promoting you, but I will not say, I'm not going to say to buy your product. I'm just going to say your product's good.
Yep.
I like endorsing products that are good. Yep. So your product's good. We'll tip the cap.
Yep.
All right. Let's roll into it, baby.
All right, let's do the first one. Actually, I'll let you do the first one.
Over under.
Because you know these people.
Yeah, I know these people. So the first one was sent in by 2 people. We got the same topic. Brooke and Slav. Shout out you two. Appreciate you listening. Ketchup. Is ketchup over or underrated?
I want to say it's overrated just because it's one of the condiments that go on every table. You know what? Like,
But is that what makes it underrated? I didn't think about this. I haven't looked too much at this list, so I'm going to give you some raw
yeah,
feedback.
I really haven't either. But
He had a good point. He said it depends on the meal in his eyes. Some things he thinks it's overrated, some I don't know what the meals are.
I think in general it's overrated because it's literally forced onto you on every table.
That's true.
It's forced.
Mustard's better than ketchup.
100%. Mustard's underrated.
How are we agreeing on that? That's not a popular opinion. The fact that we're both,
Spicy mustard, ballpark, what do you think?
I'm just thinking yellow.
Spicy's where it's at. And I don't even like spicy things, but it's not spicy. It's just got a little, like...
I've never really had spicy mustard. I've probably had it, but I've never
Watch, you'll never go back.
Do you like ballpark? No, yellow
Yes.
mustard's my favorite
Yes.
condiment. Like it won't just replace it.
Yeah, but at some point,
All right.
something will.
So ketchup, I'm gonna say it's overrated. I think Preston made some good points there. I'm not gonna argue him. That's I mean it's on every table.
It's forced.
We should still look into the idea. I forgot about that. With the condiment thing. We'll talk later about that. Maybe we're gonna build some connections through the podcast and we're gonna find someone that's gonna make it for us. Partner up.
Mm-hmm.
If you are able to create things, reach out. We're gonna make you some money.
Yep.
As long with us.
Yeah.
All right. So catch up. We're gonna go overrated.
Yep.
Number 2.
Number 2, I'm gonna give a little shout out real quick to Brian Hama. Might be one of our biggest supporters.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna jump in and say shout out Brian Hamill as well. He deserves to. He has been nonstop blowing up our phones about the podcast. He loves it. He reaches out every week.
Yeah.
He's
awesome.
always sending in topics. Brian Hamill is definitely our most involved fan. I can say that.
Yes, 100%.
So shout out you, Brian.
Shout
Hamill.
out you. This one's for you. He said country music, under or overrated?
He wanted an argument to stir up here.
Mm-hmm.
He said I better hear some arguing. He told me that. I know we're both gonna take the underrated side.
Mm-hmm.
We both like it. I'm gonna say it's overrated in the cold months. If you listen to it in the cold months, I'm not as big of a fan.
Okay.
But as soon as that sun comes out,
yeah,
it hits different.
Honestly, I want to say that like it's changing because in high school, I feel like it was so underrated, and it might be overrated now because like all of a sudden everyone likes country music. I don't know. Personally, I'm gonna go with underrated because I feel like I've always liked it, and I don't feel like the majority of people do. But
Yeah, I would say especially this past like cold months, I said it was overrated, but I actually was listening to a country album. We won't say the guy's name. There's a lot of controversy going on with him.
but it's the best album.
It was
country
yeah.
album I have ever.
If
heard,
you
at least.
blocked out whose name it was, I'm gonna say that album is actually it's the only country album I've listened to like start to finish that I could probably sing along with all the songs. We're just not trying to stir anything up. That's why we're not saying his name. We're not taking sides. We're just pointing it out. We just aren't bringing him up. Regardless, I'm gonna say country music is also underrated. My friends have got me into it. It's just a vibe, man. It's about by in the summer, you know.
You can't beat 75 degrees, sunny, windows down, your favorite country song.
It's because country signifies summer.
Yes.
And summer puts everyone in a good mood.
Yeah.
Nice weather, golf, everything. Pools, barbecues. It's good. Country,
good vibes,
underrated.
family, friends, love it.
All right, this next one, it's coming from Slav again.
Mm-hmm.
He had 2 that he wanted to. I guess he's a big condiment guy. So he wants to roll with hot sauce. He didn't specify which kind of hot sauce. He just said hot sauce. We should have maybe cleared it up, but I like just the broad hot sauce.
Overrated.
I could tell you were going to take that.
Way overrated.
You don't like spice. Why is it spicy?
Spicy mustard I like.
So is that a hot sauce?
No, it's a mustard.
But what's it? It's a spicy version.
But it's not hot mustard.
It's spicy.
If it was hot mustard, you could throw the art.
Okay, whatever. I'm just saying, you gotta see eye to eye with it. Hot sauce, in my opinion, is way underrated.
Really?
I put a hot sauce on everything. Another free little toss out of a product that I believe in is the Chipotle Tabasco. It's Tabasco, but it's literally the Chipotle flavor.
Mm-hmm.
I put it literally on everything. Like
do you buy that from the store?
You can buy it from the store. Used to get it from the Chipotles. They
Oh,
don't put them out
they sell
anymore.
them.
No. So they put out the free bottles of sauce.
So you're saying you steal them?
No, I mean, there's no sign saying that they're not.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of like a.
It's actually very nice now because they have them at least at our Chipotle. They break off the tops, and then you can ask for it on your burrito right here on the corner. So they put it right on. So it actually works out good. My mom buys me a lot. She gave me a hard time about the Chipotle Tabasco, so now she buys them because she knows I won't. So she doesn't let me. It's stupid. It's a $2 bottle of hot sauce. It's just I go through it so quick that it's like.
It's so convenient. You just put it in the bag.
Yeah, it's like, well, I can't put it on my bowl. You already put the lid on it. So Chipotle, now they're doing it smart where I can put it on before the lid. I don't want to take my lid off, put the hot sauce on, and then that's too big of a pain.
Hot sauce overrated.
Underrated. That's a good one, Slav. Appreciate you reaching out for that one.
Next one. Do we know who did this one?
I don't know.
Totally forget. Sorry about that. Please.
If it was you, send us a DM when you listen to this. Yeah, we'll make sure you get your shout out you deserve. The next two we don't know.
Yep. Jennifer Aniston. That's the chick on Friends?
The chick from Friends.
Oh, I just want to say Friends is so overrated.
Stop. We're not. We could do a whole episode about that. You've never watched Friends start to finish.
Listen.
So don't tell me it's overrated.
I can't watch it.
All right, sorry, Jennifer Aniston. We're going off topic. Jennifer Aniston. She's beautiful. She's gorgeous. Overrated.
Why? Why over?
Is she?
I want to know before I decide.
Is she a good actor? What roles have you really enjoyed? Just go with it with Adam Sandler. She's only good when she's surrounded by good cast.
Wow. Yeah.
Has she had her? I don't know what movies Jennifer Aniston has starred in.
I'm not really good with actors, actresses, so that's not really my thing to comment on. But I'll go overrated too.
That's just an opinion. Like I said, she's beautiful. Nothing. She's gorgeous. Nothing against her. It's just, is she really that good?
Right.
I don't know how many. Right. I'm not paying to go see a movie just because Jennifer Aniston's in it.
Right.
I don't know. Friends is great though. Topic for another time. We'll have to do a TV show topic episode. All right, next one. We don't know who did this one, so if you sent this one in, please, like I said, shoot us a DM. We'll get you your shout out.
Mm-hmm.
Cereal.
Wow.
That's a very good topic.
Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna go underrated because if you find a cereal, I think you'll like a cereal that you really, really enjoy. I think you'll find yourself grinding it for like weeks.
We will definitely have a cereal draft when we get some guests on. We'll draft our favorite cereals and we'll let the fans vote on which teams they like.
Mm-hmm.
Cereal is it's filled with carbs. So in the macro dieting aspect, it kind of sucks. I found a cereal that I really like that's actually very macro friendly. Premier Protein. They're creating a protein cereal that's very macro friendly, and I heard it's awesome. Like from people, like on YouTube and stuff, they say it's awesome.
When's it come to us?
I don't know if it's gonna keep continuing. I know they can't keep it on the shelves where it is because it's selling out like crazy. It's that good. So I would love to try that. People are actually taking it, and then they get like a vanilla or chocolate, and they fill it up with that instead of milk.
Oh,
and now you're getting 50 grams of protein in a bowl of cereal. So it's a little hack. It sounds like it's a hack. I don't know what other stuff they're putting in it, but
I mean, I hope it doesn't cost as much as this stuff.
Yeah, well, that's the problem with all that protein stuff, man. It's so protein bars. I found protein chips for 4 single-size bags. It was like over $8. I'm like, oh my god! But I want to try them.
It's really sad how like being healthy, like you get
cost
punished.
more. Yeah, they should really start upcharging brownies, and I promise you, people start eating healthy.
Watch the obesity rate come
You
down.
start handing out celery for 10 cents, people will start buying it.
That's just gross. Why would you?
Celery with mustard on it, underrated. All right, next one, give me.
Lunatic. The next one is, wait. So what did we decide on that one? Underrated.
Cereal is underrated.
Underrated.
Underrated. Good clear up.
Yep.
Clear up there.
Clear up. Reading. This one is from Matt Beck, who is also starting a podcast. Just want to give him a plug. I'm all about supporting people that are
trying to smash
things
goals,
that they want to do. So
shout out you, Matt Beck.
Congrats. Hope that works out and keep in touch. Love to help out in any way possible. But reading. Yeah. I'm gonna go underrated.
You just said that because you're supposed to.
No.
You're trying to, right?
Yes.
But you listen. That's still not reading.
But I almost,
just because it's a book. I mean, I can watch The Great Gatsby. Does that mean I read the book?
I almost bought a book the other day.
There's a difference between almost buying a book and actually reading a book. I have plenty of books, and I've started, and honestly, one of them was very good, and I actually left it at home. So that sucks.
So how good was it?
No, I read the first chapter, and he ended it with, I want you to write down, it was like a list of goals and stuff, before I continued it. So I was like, I don't want to keep reading unless I actually left it at home. I need to reread it. But like I said, I'm taking the overrated.
Really?
I understand reading is that there's beyond great things that it does for you. Reading for myself, I don't do it. So how could I say it's underrated? I don't read. I'd be a hypocrite if I tried to tell you that it was overrated right now or underrated right now.
Yeah. Well,
I don't.
I guess I'm gonna be a hypocrite, but
I mean, I don't. If I did it, I could take the other side of the argument, but I don't do it. So
I just want to know how you sit down and read.
when the pool's right there, or
Right.
the basketball court, or
There's just so many other things that you could be doing.
Or
Because
Chipotle.
the great thing with a podcast is you can be listening.
I read for stuff like that. Like I read like information stuff,
Yeah.
how to do things. But even that, I still go to YouTube a lot.
Right.
I'm a visualized. I like seeing
Right.
stuff.
I guess my point with like the
Like-
audiobook is like you can be listening and doing something else.
It's like a podcast,
Exactly.
and I love podcasts.
Podcast, audiobook. You can be listening while doing something else at the same time. You can't be reading and driving. And if you can, hopefully you're in a Tesla. If not, just stop doing that because you'll probably die.
For sure. So reading, we're gonna take opposite. You're overrated or underrated.
Under.
I'm overrated.
Cool.
I see both sides. So next one, shout out to Danny Rogers. Danny Rogers sent this one in. We actually changed it a little bit. He said just Xbox. We're gonna roll with video games. I feel like that's more accurate. Video games, I'm actually gonna take a standpoint on one end of the argument here, and I'm gonna say they're underrated.
Stop, dude. This is literally, I know this has to be just to stir the pot.
No, video games. Listen, video games. Do you remember when the game called Fortnite came out?
Yes.
That game was awesome. You were playing with your buddies. It was a free game.
Mm-hmm.
It was a terrific time. It didn't get boring until like 2 years later.
Could we say video games up until a certain age?
I still think video games are a way of bringing people together.
Okay.
I think it gives something to do. I mean, let's be honest. I understand that, maybe the most successful people in the world aren't
Don't
playing
play
video games,
But
but
ultimately, it's about being happy. Just
Yeah.
do what you like.
yeah, there's a lot of people out there, and this makes it even more underrated, that are making great money playing
Yeah.
video games.
Yeah.
Ninja, Aiden Ross, all those people.
I'm gonna say it's overrated just because I don't do it.
I don't really play that much video games, but I'll occasionally get on. And that's what makes it good, because when I occasionally get on I don't even have Xbox Live right now, but when I occasionally get onto Xbox and play a little bit, I have fun doing it.
No,
I treat it.
I think in high school, it was like, hey, you want to hop on Xbox, and then the whole squad will be on. You'll be playing 2K, and it's just a great. It's basically like hanging out with your friends, but like you're not. It's a great way to hang out with friends. I'm not trying to be sexist or anything like that, but I'm gonna say that it's overrated because the majority of the population doesn't do it.
So girls don't like playing the Wii? I just want to make that clear. So I'll tell you what,
Now I'm gonna look like the bad guy.
girls love the Wii. And I don't care,
Yeah?
I'm just saying, girls love playing bowling, Mario Kart.
Is that how you used to pick them up?
Yeah, dude, I would just lose
you
in
wanna
Mario
come
Kart.
over
That
and
was
play
actually
Wii?
my pickup line with Madeline. I was like, no, Madeline was like, hey, come over. And then she was like, do you want to play some Mario Kart? And I'm like, sure. And I just so happened to spin out right before the end. So she won, but I think that's why I won in the long run.
Yeah.
Her winning early on was the reason that I won in the long run.
No, yeah.
Video games underrated. Underrated. I'm going to take the standpoint. There's a lot of people. I mean, I think if you were making some of the money that some of these guys were doing, it changes. Your views change. It doesn't matter if you're 45. If you're making that kind of money playing,
Right.
Call of Duty,
Right.
shout out to you.
That's fair. That's fair.
Give me the last. The
All
last
right.
over-under. Like we said, if you don't hear your topic this week, you're going to hear it next week. We have a whole list of them. Our assistants were telling us there's a bunch that we haven't even gone over yet.
Yep.
We wanted to divide them up. Trying to keep the episodes from 30 minutes to an hour, so.
Yep.
Give it to me.
Next one, Manny Clement. He said the Kansas
Manny
City
Clement is underrated. No.
He said the Kansas City Chiefs.
Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, it's tough. This is one of those words, it's tough to say they're underrated with the sole purpose of how rated they are. But Pat Mahomes is that good.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes. So, the team as a whole, we'll say is overrated. Their defense is trash. We should have beat them. Rashad Higgins, love you to death, man. Shouldn't have reached for the pylon.
Yep.
I'm not mad that you did it. I mean, in the moment, I was
I
just
would've done
very
it too,
upset.
yeah.
I didn't talk for 20 minutes after that.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys did
I
what
was
Cleveland
punching
does.
air.
Yeah. But we'll say it was helmet-to-helmet contact, whatever.
Yeah.
So we should have beat them, and in my opinion, we actually should have won the Super Bowl. Should have won the Super Bowl. I don't think we would have won because I think we beat the Bills, not starting any arguments up.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna say the Chiefs are overrated because their defense may have been just as bad as the Browns this past year.
Yeah.
So we're gonna say overrated. I have no idea what their team looks like now with free agency and all that. I couldn't tell you what the Chiefs are up to, but
Yeah, I agree.
Chiefs, they're always gonna be relevant though because Patrick Mahomes is their quarterback for the next 10 years.
Right.
I mean, he's that good.
Right.
So
Team as a whole, overrated.
and he's a really good dude. Patrick Mahomes.
I don't know.
Okay.
Is he?
What makes you say no?
See, I don't have anything to prove one way or another, but my biggest argument is that everyone would say to me, "Oh, David Dobrik, such a great guy," and I'm like, okay. Now there's stuff coming out about him.
So there was some stuff, obviously not really pertaining him, but it was. I listened to BFFs today. I don't know if you've listened yet.
I'm halfway through.
Okay.
I fell asleep.
Okay. So they had a good point. Dobrik has had such a clean slate.
Yep.
That once even the tiniest little thing comes, people like to run with it.
Yep.
But
this kind of isn't tiny.
Yeah, no. This sounds bad, and if it happens to all be true and everything that's coming out, that they're saying,
Right.
don't get me wrong, Dobrik is he shouldn't be on YouTube anymore.
Yeah.
Like totally agree. What I'm saying is sometimes people they run away with what Twitter's
Right.
saying. The media helps or hurts these
Yes.
people, but
Yes.
helps the stories.
Right.
So I like to try to give people the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's tough to see it with Dobrik right now. It's like Deshaun Watson. I mean, it's all the same.
Yeah. It's
But it's
you
tough.
just never know what to believe.
Yeah, so that's what makes it tough because when people have money, people check chase. So
Yep.
I don't know what to believe. I find it hard to believe that one person saying it. Okay, maybe it's a lie. There's 16. I don't know, man.
It's tough to argue.
I don't know, man. But they all have the same lawyer, so it's like, is it really
Right,
16 or is it
exactly.
one?
That's the sketchy part.
Yeah. All right, we're not gonna go too in on that, but.
So,
I'm just saying I see both sides.
Yeah.
Kansas City Chiefs, overrated.
Overrated.
Defense sucks.
Yep.
Go Browns.
Yep.
Honest to God, I think we're winning the Super Bowl this year. Story for another time. We'll get a little hype me up. So yeah, that's it for Over Under this week. We're going to do a little Bitcoin update with Preston.
Bitcoin update. So I've been so wrong the past 2 weeks about my prediction at 65. Because
Did you guys see me trashing him on the Instagram story? Because I did. I
people
enjoyed
were
it, too.
loving that. They were sending it to me.
Yeah, that makes me happy. I was like Preston's prediction with the puke emoji.
So Bitcoin is currently sitting at $53,724.
Yikes.
I mean,
Last podcast you guaranteed people would make $5K if they put it in on 55. I mean, you didn't guarantee. I made it sound like you guaranteed it, but people probably were mad if they actually did it.
yeah, no one contacted me, but it's whatever. But if you look at the chart over the last month, it's still up $5,000.
Legally, he's not a professional.
Disclaimer.
It's like Portnoy before all of his tweets.
I'm not a financial advisor. Anyway, I'm gonna roll with 65K again next week. I think if I give it enough weeks, we will hit it eventually. So, my next episode.
So you're just gonna keep saying 65K, and hopefully by the end of season 1 of the pod, it's like it's there. Yeah, we did it.
Yeah.
I told you.
Yep.
It's like Tom. Tom's been
I
doing
know.
that a lot.
I know.
He takes both sides of the argument, so that way, either way it happens, he can say I told you. So we've been getting on him for that. All right, I like it.
65K.
Gotta be optimistic. Speak stuff into existence.
Yep.
He's a holder.
Yeah.
Speak it into existence.
Yeah.
Doesn't hurt
I
anything.
don't think I'll ever sell it, so that's
For sure.
better. Anyway, that's our Bitcoin update of the week. Now we're going to give Jaret some time to shine and tell me about the song of the week. And if it's not the song that I requested, I'm going to be pissed.
So Preston knows it's not the song he requested. Up until Thursday night at 11:59 on March 25th, it was his song. Obviously, we had to go something Bieber. Bieber's got the new album. It's banging. It's great. Bieber does it all. Like I said, he's great. He's actually cleaning up his,
Yeah.
It sounds like he's really cleaning himself up as a person as
religiously.
well. Yeah, everything. So good for him.
Yep.
Obviously, he doesn't need us to tell him that, but shout out. We respect it. So up until yesterday at 11:59, it was Ghost by Bieber, but it's not Ghost anymore. Change of plans, Audible, because you know what Justin Bieber did at midnight? He said, I'm that good, I'm going to drop 6 more songs. Respect the cap. Hip it.
Yep.
Justin Bieber dropped one in particular called There She Goes. There She Go by with Lil Uzi Vert by Justin Bieber. There She Go by Justin Bieber with Lil Uzi Vert in the deluxe album. Check it out. Awesome song. It put me in a good mood today. I was walking to the gym. I'm like, man, it's a good song.
Yeah.
I tip the cap to those kinds of songs. Those are the kinds of songs you need to listen to.
Yeah.
If you're smiling while you're listening, that's the kind of song you need to start off your week, aka the song of the week.
Well, I think that wraps up
Yeah,
another
hey.
week.
Yeah, sadly.
Yeah.
We're gonna.
I love doing the podcast
We will shout out that we're probably gonna film episode 4.
in the next couple days.
Yeah, before it's the holiday. We're trying to go home, enjoy some family time. So we probably are gonna film it before you guys will even hear this one. So if you send in more, over under requests, any other requests, it'll probably be week 5. We'll clear that up now. But like we said, we're gonna have the bios in the bio. We're gonna have the link for the merchandise on Wednesday, March 31st, 7 o'clock. You're gonna fill it out. We're taking Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Just trying to clean it up. We want you guys repping our merch. We're
Yeah.
trying. I mean, we could have really overpriced it. We're pretty much charging what it's costing us.
Yeah.
So it's not like we're trying to make anything off of it.
Yep.
We're trying to, like we said, we just want as many of you in this first drop, the actual supporters, the people that actually want to support us. And just remember, when we're looking into a guest list of people we maybe want to have on, we're going to have records of who bought the merch. So that's all we're going to roll out there.
Some exciting news. We are going to start to have guests on, I think, in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, we're ordering some stuff today.
Yep.
So we're going to get all that in. We're going to get the extra mics.
It's exciting stuff. I'm really excited to have you guys on.
It's exciting to have those people on so they can throw on the headphones. They can. I'm telling, I always tell Madeline, it's weird. I thought it was gonna be cool, and then you
it's
put
like
it
an
on.
adrenaline rush.
Yeah, you get in the atmosphere. We just, like we said, we kick it back. We vibe. Other than the OSU Lorax, maybe we will have you on OSU Lorax, but I know you won't because you won't identify yourself.
Coward.
You OSU Grinch.
Yep.
So that's it. Preston, take us out.
Thanks for kicking it back with Preston and Jaret.